Hi everyone, welcome to another video. For those of you who are new, I'm Yuki, I'm a jazz pianist. Today we are going to talk about how to make a solo musical. When you improvise, you are not just hitting keys. Your goal as an artist is to make music and bring it into a life. I've been seeing many jazz piano tutorials online where they teach scales or phrases based on chords, which is okay, but that's not musical lesson. That's craft! Remember, a great solo always consists of so many elements, such as nuance, feel, and space, not only the keys. Today, we are going to focus on one of my favorite albums, People Time by Kenny Barron and Stan Getz, and focus on some of the specific praises of this piece, Hu-sha-by. There are so many great examples to prove that a great solo is not about the keys. Kenny Barron is one of the greatest pianists of our generation. Not only the melodic content of his solo, but his feel, time, nuance are also amazing. I was fortunate to have a few lessons with him when I lived in New York City, so in this video I'm going to include some advice that he gave me during the lessons. I'm also going to show you some tips and exercises to make your solo more musical. Without further ado, let's get started right now! Alright, so this is a transcription from Kenny Barron's solo. As you can see, theoretically what he's doing is quite simple. There are not many crazy phrases and his solo is not technically super hard to play, but he nails every phrase with great feel, great piano touch, and nuance. That's the hardest thing to do. Let's look at his bass line. When you transcribe, don't just transcribe keys, but transcribe the nuance of each note. Listen which note has more accent, which note is longer than others. He holds the first quarter note until the last minute with less of an accent, and there is usually a short appoggiatura right before the next quarter note. Let me demonstrate his left hand in a slow tempo and the real tempo. He really cares about the nuance of these notes. That's why his working on his left hand sounds like someone is playing a bass. I'm going to exaggerate, but some pianists who only care the score don't know how to play these notes. So they sound like this. This shows how important the nuance is to make a musical solo. I remember when I had a lesson with Mr. Kenny Barron, we played piano together. We were trading our solo, and when his turn came, he was singing while he was playing piano. And I was really impressed to see his singing really matches what he's playing on the piano. He plays phrases that he only comes up with his head. I'd like to ask you guys, do you really play what you come up with in your head? I often see my students who can move their fingers on the piano, but notes are not convincing. I tell them to sing the same phrase, and surprisingly, they can't sing even though they can play the same phrase on the piano. This shows that their heart and their fingers are not connected. I'd like to show my most favorite phrase in this solo, which is the first phrase in the second chorus, because it's simple, but it's well nuanced, powerful, and musical. I'd like to point out these notes are a bit laid back, so it's more tasty and energetic. It's not like this. But there is no way to notate these nuances on the score. That's why you have to learn jazz by ear, not transcription. For your practice, I like to show you one exercise which Mr. Jerry Borganzi taught me when I was doing my undergrad in school in Boston. Pick up one modific idea and try to use it everywhere while you are soloing. I'm going to use this modific idea from one of Thelonious Monk compositions. I forgot the name of the piece, so if you know the name, please let me know. Next, I'm going to demonstrate a solo based on jazz scales. I wanted to ask you guys which solo is more musical and why. Definitely the first one, right? My idea is clear and I know what I'm doing. The second one is so bad. Why? Because you don't know what I'm doing and I don't even know what I'm doing either. If you don't know what you're doing in your head, the audience never understands what you are doing. Most jazz piano tutorials don't teach you about music. They might teach you which scale fits a chord based on jazz theory, but that's not music. Your goal is not to think about available notes on each chord, but music. Why is Kenny Barron great? He doesn't play many crazy stuff, but he treats these notes with great nuance and great feel. That's what music is all about. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope this video is helpful for your practice. If you have any questions, please comment below. I see you in the next video. Bye!